What are some topics I can bring up when talking to a girl? I find myself often running out of topics. What I do is I make topics out of situational things that like happen right then and there. So let's say like on my phone. Oh, I dropped something. Oh, this reminds me of the sound my mom spit on my face.
Oh no, your mom spit on you?
It was so traumatic. I was playing my fucking Game Boy trying to catch a Reggie in Pokemon Sapphire. Oh my eye. Oh my god. Love Guru AfroSenju. Back at it again with the version 2 of my part 1 of my other thing of me giving love advice to people who ask me because I asked for it on my Twitter. Bing! Hold on. Bing! There you go. Just a little quick recap. If you haven't seen the first video down below, a homie a long time ago asked me for love advice. I gave him that love advice exactly to the T. I wouldn't be a friend if I didn't do that. Gave him advice, he listened to that advice, and then ended up breaking up. Needless to say, he got into a new relationship, and he's extremely happy, and that's because of me. Because the advice I gave that day that he listened to that helped him break up with that girl, he found true happiness. This is why I'm here to do the same exact thing this time. So without further ado, why am I still talking to you?
Wow.
People are here, by the way, so if you hear somebody or someone comes in, I'm sorry, I don't know what you want me to do for you, but if your girl a man and you have a penis, who's the girl in the relationship? I just woke up. All right, hold on a second. If your girl is a man and you have a, if your girl is a man and you have a penis, I'm gonna assume that she has a penis too because she's also a man. It's mainly a take turns thing. I got a thing right here. Imagine this is a quarter, okay? You can do heads or tails, who's gonna be on top today, and you know, if it's heads, you call heads, you're the man for that day. You can't be selfish in a relationship. Why did you wake up today? Who gave you permission to type? Your dad, and good luck finding him for answers. Alright, well, Kabuki's banned from this questioning. Nightly Inferno asks, how should you properly introduce your girl to anime step by step, then eventually show her you like dark, weird parts of it, such as hentai, ecchi, etc., without scaring her off? Well, this is what you do. You gotta start into the getaway, the top tier anime, for lack of a better word, like Death Note, Code Geass, etc., etc. Get her into that. You kind of let her, you know, see for herself how anime can be really good compared to other TV shows she's probably watched, because we're assuming she's a normie here, okay? Now, from there, I would say starting to something a little bit light ecchi. I don't know, Prison School, which is not light at all. Then once you kind of let her see what that dark side is, then I mean, there's an anime called Bible Black. You can just put that on. It's a little bit jarring, I know, but sometimes it's good to rip the band-aid off. All right, Bible Black being a hentai, if you guys don't know, and there are girls with penises in there, but that's not the point. The point is that if you rip the band-aid off and that she can kind of see how much of a this is how we're gonna do it man that you are, she will respect you for it. Now, she might think you're weird. That's the price that you gotta pay for just being the man. Prince Vegeta asks, how does one with Shrek teeth slide into those DMs? Well, the thing with having Shrek teeth, you gotta think about how you look, all right? Because you're a threat to someone's eyesight. Personally, I'll be offended. So what you gotta do is get a grill. I mean, you don't gotta get a real grill, but if you get aluminum foil from like your nearest Ralph's, wherever the hell you live, Kroger's maybe, and you get the little aluminum foil and you put that in your little gaps, you feel me? Granted, it's gonna look weird, but you can just tell that you're a drug dealer. And 60% of women like that because they like the rush. Now, she might not like that at first because she's gonna be afraid of that lifestyle, but you gotta let her know that you got this guap, you've seen Breaking Bad, you know how not to be Walter, and then you know how to be better. And then once you paint that picture for her, it's gonna be perfect. Omega Pro asks, what would be the best way for a homie to get up in them cheeks? Hypothetical, of course. Well, Geekdom 101 asks, my dick 2 inches. Do I have a shot with the prom queen? The thing I heard, now personally, I've heard this from women, okay? It doesn't matter about the length of the pogo, but the springs that it can go. You feel me? So if, let's say, your peen is looking like my USB drive stick, all right? What you gotta do is believe in yourself. And if you believe, like kind of Goku, you know what I'm saying? If you believe and if you dig deep down, you'll surprise yourself. And what you can accomplish is something that I don't think you would surprise your own self. Now, from that point onwards, you ever had macaroni and cheese and you got the spoon in there and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta be the spoon and you gotta like scoop and like put it on the plate, and then you gotta have the rhythm to put it back, and then to make it all the same. You feel me? You gotta be the spoon, and if you can't be the spoon, then you gotta learn how to. I suggest putting the you ever try fucking macaroni and cheese? It's good practice. Where do you find the right girl? Not Tinder. Best place to find the right girl is Persona 5 forums. People that like Persona 5 are the best people that you want to get shacked up with for the rest of your life. Smile asks, how to win your heart? Well, that's a tough one. To win my heart's a little bit difficult because, you know, listen to me. If you were to give me a pizza, like if you could be ugly, tall, small, have like 2-3 eyes and maybe even balls, if you gave me a large barbecue chicken pizza from Papa John's, tell me Hunter x Hunter is also your favorite anime, then I'm also interested into you, because I'm interested in your opinions and I believe what you've done is the right thing, and you're on the right path of getting in where I am at. Bruce Wayne, Cloud Alchemist TM asks, what do you do when your baby mama finds your hentai stash? Well, step number 1 is you got to make sure you have the receipt for the baby, because it could get a little bit reckless. You know, I don't know if she'll consider that cheating because they're anime girls, but let's say if she does and the baby's caught in the mix, you got to keep that receipt. Now, if you have the receipt for the baby, you're not killing anything. This is not abortion, all right? You tag the receipt into God real quick and it gets sucked in like a vacuum, and the baby's still there. He's like in the queue. But like once you and your baby mama like settle out your differences, then you could like redo it and you can come back, and then that way the child is not scarred by the arguments that, you know, go to and fro you. You know what I'm saying? Next question. Also, Glitch B emoji asks, what do you do when she says Dokkan is the best mobile game? You leave her because she's wrong and her opinions are bad, and she probably doesn't even like Persona 5, so why is she around in the first place? Yeet hashtag Yeet USM asks, what's the quickest way for my dick to penetrate your belly button? Personally, don't do that. Mystic Watch asks, what if your homie you knew for years portrayed himself as a nibba, one day came out and told you that she was actually a chick? Well, that's really important for you, because you got to see what your sexuality is going to do after you know that it's a chick. What I mean by that is knowing that in your mind that you thought it was a nibba for years, and if you so happen to have feelings for the nibba after now knowing that the nibba is actually a chick, you may actually be a little bit gay, because that was your homie that for the longest time you assumed rather that it was a nibba. And if you think that, okay, maybe you got a little bit of cake after now knowing, after the past years of not knowing that it was a chick, you could be gay. So you got to think about that. Mr. Eat Your Booty B emoji with the star asks, if my girl won't eat my ass but expects me to, can I sue? I think you can, because honestly, that's slander, because if she thinks that you can do that when she won't, she's assuming something in your character. And that assumption that she's assuming that you're going to do that is wrong, for one, okay? Keep that in mind. And most importantly, the fact that she would not even do that for you, right? Yeah, she won't do that for you is just ridiculous. Chicken emoji, and I don't know what that is. Boxing glove fundamentals B emoji asks, so you smashing your girl and she gets pregnant, but you know you took some plan B and gave her a condom, so you know something fishy is going on. What do? Well, the thing is, if you took the plan B, you're good, because plan B is better not have no babies, and that's why the guy takes it. Now, if she has the condom, like that's like a trampoline, so there's nothing gonna be happening. Like she's a liar, and she's trying to get to your social security because she thinks you ballin'. So what you gotta do is you have to kill her. Plathanos asks B emoji in British flag of sorts, so y'all dating for 89 months and she has the audacity to introduce herself as your girlfriend. Do you cheat on her with your wife? Shh. First of all, she's crazy for putting a title on something that you guys didn't have a congregation about first. And honestly, that comes down to her character. So if she's willing to put a title on something that wasn't even agreed upon beforehand, what else is she about to put on something else that you haven't agreed upon? Like, let's say you're having a cake and she put birthday candles on them bitch in spring. Ain't nobody's birthday. She's reckless. She's insecure about herself and the situation that she put herself in, and you gotta get out of that, or you're next. She might put something on you. How do you kiss a girl? All right, well, the mood gotta be right. You gotta align everything. Girls love when you bite the bottom lip, so you really just got to take action, because they also like assertiveness too. So like if it's blood, if she's bleeding off the first kiss, she's never going to forget it, and you want to leave a mark. You know what I'm saying? You want to leave an impression on her. Jakabasama with kanji asks, had a girl crushing on me and I still didn't bag her. Well, stop being a bitch. Hi, that's a virus. What can I do when we've been together for 2 years, but still is very awkward between us IRL? Help me, Papa. Well, if it's still awkward between you guys for 2 years, you're not compatible. I don't know what you want me to do. I give it like a month of hanging out like constantly to kind of get past that phase of awkwardness. And then if you can't get past that, then it's not meant to be. You feel me? But you got to make sure you hang and communicate, because if you don't hang and communicate, you don't have any possible time to grow and get past that. But if you're 2 years deep and you're still not past that, then she's not for you, bro. She's not. Dalty asks, so me and this chick have been interested in each other for a while, going to classes and sitting next to each other. This has been happening for about 2 months. How does your boy advance to the next level? I've been told I'm very dateable. okay, and a very handsome fellow. Well, the thing is, the thing that you gotta be aware of, if anything, 2 months now, and if she hasn't been giving you signs, you might be locked into the agreement of the friend contract. Now, don't be afraid. What you got to do if you're really serious about this is you got to start letting her know that you're interested. It's one thing if your friend tells you that you're dateable. There's another thing of being the guy who is going to be the one dating the person that they want. And the only way you can do that is you got to be confident. You got to kind of get a little bit of flirty remarks in there. So let's say you guys are sitting in class one day, you know what I'm saying? And you just take your dick out. Dakota Campbell asks, what do you do when the condom broke and you don't want kids at the moment? You got to get a vacuum. That's the only way to save yourself at that moment, because once the floodgates are open, you don't trust what her body does. You trust what you got on hand. Jeremiah Wheeler asks, is love even worth it after being rejected 8 times by different girls? You might be ugly, so you honestly got to think about like what you can do with your money. You ever try fucking macaroni and cheese? Daquan asks, Afro, how do you deal with multiple love interests? Like more than girl likes you? More than one. Whoops. Okay, I thought I was tripping. The one thing I do, I have like a little arena somewhere in like North Dakota. I don't remember the exact location. I'm not gonna snitch on myself. It's like an arena where you got like a bunch of weapons laid out, like a bunch of little mini camps, and there's like stages to it. I put all my love interest in that like tournament settings thing, and I give them like a day to fight it off, and like the last one standing is the one I'm with, because I want someone who could be my backbone. And I don't want no weak backbone. So if I have options, I'm gonna whittle out the weakest link and take the strongest one. So Nappy Black asks, what are some topics I can bring up when talking to a girl? I find myself often running out of topics. What I do is I make topics out of situational things that like happen right then and there. So let's say like on my phone, what's that? Oh, that's crazy. That noise reminded me of that time when my dad beat me as a child. And you know, she's gonna be like, oh wow, really? That's what happened to you? And then you can start talking about what happened. Now, if it didn't happen for you, think about like the most painful moment in your life, and like, you know, do a sudden movement, and then like, you know, talk about it so she can then feel sympathy. So let's be like, you know, let's say your mom spat on you when you were 7 and you didn't like that. So, oh, I dropped something. Oh, this reminds me of the sound my mom spit on my face. She's gonna be like, oh no, your mom spit on you? Yeah, it was so traumatic. I was playing my fucking Game Boy trying to catch a Reggie in Pokemon Sapphire, and she just spat on oh my eye. Oh my gosh. And she's gonna reassure you, just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you went through that. Oh no. And then from there, she feels something for you beyond the point of where you're at now. Ayakat Kasama asks, how can a black dude get a date in a city where he is looked at as the strangest burnt creature around? You gotta let them know that you're an expert in hide and go seek, because they'll have an interest on you because you're reliable. Just kind of show them that trick that we can do with asphalt, like street at nighttime, and then they're gonna be like, damn, you're fucking great. Lil Falcon asks, if she's on her period and she wants to get it on, should you give her the D? If you really like God of War and you're used to that type of like blood and gore, then I guess. Neil McKenzie, that's a nice profile picture, asks, how do I keep it interesting rather than have the conversation develop into meaningless QC stuff? I know there are mean questions, but I need actual advice. All right, this is gonna be the last one because someone has to come in here and check for termites. The one thing that you could do to make it interesting is you got to kind of like be one with yourself. Now, I know this sounds stupid, but you got to know yourself. You got to know how you talk to your friends and know how you talk to people that you're comfortable with. You got to take each and one of those traits and like those values of who you are and what you like. And you got to be you can't be afraid to kind of share them with that person to see what she likes and to see if she's interested in that, so to speak. So even if she's not, you can kind of share to her your interest in certain things to kind of, you know, see if she can follow up with other things that she's interested in that kind of fit with that conversation. That might not make sense, but you kind of can see right away if she's boring or not, because if she can't keep conversation that you're tossing at her, then personally, what is she good for? You got to have somebody that's like your best friend. And if you can't see those traits in the beginning, then she ain't your friend. She ain't the one you need to be wifing, and she need to be someone you're putting to the side. What I want you guys to do is, number one, if you guys want a part 2, 10,000 likes. I'm not going to do it if it hits that or not, but I kind of want to see 10,000 likes because I love likes and they make me feel happy inside. Number 2, I got to open the door, so hold on. And number 2, make sure you remind me to let me know that you wanted part 2 so I know to continue from this, not to ask another thing for questionnaires and stuff. Anyways, I'm going. I love you, and I'll see you later. You know, all right, bye.